Hey everybody, I'm Captain42 and welcome to my top 10 swords in Zelda list. Now Link has used many items throughout his adventures, but you don't know what item he always has on every adventure? A hat, but more importantly, a sword. So I'm going to tell you my top 10 favourite swords in the Zelda series, so without further ado, let's get on with the show. I'm starting off this list with the hero sword from the Wind Waker. After the Hummer King drops Tetra in the forest, you go visit this old guy named Orca, who will teach you the ways of the sword, and they give you your own sword for absolutely nothing. How generous of him. You then proceed to chop down every tree in your way. Nothing can stand against you now, haha! So overall, this sword is not that spectacular, which is why I put it at number 10. Number 10, because it's not that spectacular. At number 9 is the very first sword in Zelda history, the Wooden Sword. The Wooden Sword is given to you by an old guy in a cave. You know, Link, I really don't think it's a good idea to be talking to old guys in caves. Just a suggestion. Now the cool thing about Zelda 1 is that you don't actually need the sword, you can just leave it there and go through the whole game without a sword. It's pretty cool. So to hear that, old man, I don't need your sword. At number 8 is your grandfather's greatest work, the Smith's Sword. The Smith's Sword was made by your grandfather, Smith, who is the greatest blacksmith in all of Hyrule. Huh, what's with the Zelda series having old men give you swords? Kinda weird. The Smith's Sword was originally going to be a prize for a tournament we never get to see, but it's given to you after the evil wizard Barty turned Zelda into a stone statue. The main reason I like this sword is it feels like it has a little more sentimental value to it since it was made by your grandfather. Anyway, without further ado, let's go on to the next one. At number 7 is the awesomeness that is the Razor Sword. To get the Razor Sword, you have to go to the blacksmith in Majora's Mask and give him your Kokiri Sword, then wait one day and BAM! Instant Razor Sword. That's pretty cool. What's not pretty cool is that it breaks after 100 swings, and also you can't bring it back in time with you, so making the upgrade kinda pointless. Now, one thing you can do is go to the Goron races and win the gold dust, which you can then bring to the blacksmith, who will upgrade your Razor Sword to the Gilded Sword, which is permanent and it won't break, and you can bring it back in time, so it's pretty cool. The only bad thing is that the Gilded Sword doesn't look as cool as the Razor Sword. Real shame. At number 6 is the legendary Four Sword. Now the cool thing about the Four Sword is that it splits you into 4 different links. Heh, look at Red Link, he's such a prankster. One of the main things I like about the Four Sword is Minish Cap, which is one of my favourite Zelda games of all time. I just feel like the whole backstory of the Four Sword is pretty cool. And that's the Four Sword in a nutshell, which ironically is not at number 4. At number 5 is the original form of the Master Sword, the Goddess Sword. You get the Goddess Sword near the beginning of Skyward Sword, and the cool thing about it has a spirit named Fi, who is basically this game's Navi. A lot of people hate Fi because they're constantly interrupting. To be honest, I really like it, I think she's pretty cool. And also, I don't really find Navi that annoying either. I guess I'm just really tolerant of people. So yeah, Fi is the main reason why I like the Goddess Sword. That and it's the original form of the Master Sword, which is pretty awesome. At number 4 is the dinky little Kokiri Sword. You get the Kokiri Sword at the beginning of Ocarina of Time at the forest training grounds. It's the sacred treasure of Kokiri and it's their only weapon, so without it, they're kinda screwed. This is the only sword young Link gets throughout the game, so whenever you're young Link, you're going to be using the Kokiri Sword, which is kinda cool. I also like how the Deku Stick does double the damage of Kokiri Sword. Kinda funny. Well, you know what they say, the stick is mightier than the sword. And number 3 is the game-changing Phantom Sword. You get the Phantom Sword in the Phantom Hourglass after you bring the blacksmith south the 3 pure metals to create it, and it allows you to kill those stupid phantoms in the Temple of the Ocean King. It's also fused with the Phantom Hourglass, so that means you're immune to the curse of the Temple of the Ocean King. So this kind of fixes a lot of the problems Phantom Hourglass has. It's a shame you only get the sword near the end of the game. At number 2 is the Bigoron Sword. Now, in order to get the Bigoron Sword, you must go through Ocarina of Time's trading sequence. First, you must go to the Cuckoo Lady, who will give you a pocket egg, which after one full day will hatch into a pocket cuckoo. You must then use the pocket cuckoo to wake up that lazy bum Talon. You then go back to the Cuckoo Lady and return the pocket cuckoo. She'll then give you a blue cuckoo called Kahiro, which belongs to her brother and coos whenever he's near. You must then go to Lost Woods and you'll meet Grog, her brother. He'll take Kahiro and then give you an odd mushroom and tells you to bring it to the old lady at the potion shop in Kakariko Village. So you head to Kakariko and meet the old lady. You give her the mushroom and she'll use it to make the odd potion and it'll tell you to give it to Grog. You then head to Lost Woods, but you don't find Grog. Instead you find Fado, who will tell you that Grog is turned into a stealth boat. She'll then take the odd potion and give you his sword in return. You then take the sword to Mutto at Gerudo Valley, who will give you the broken Goron sword in return. You must then take the broken Bigoron sword to the top of Death Mountain, where you'll meet Bigoron. He'll repair it for you, but unfortunately he's got some volcanic ash in his eyes, so gives you the prescription and asks you to take it to King Zora. You then head for Zora's domain and you meet King Zora. He'll give you the eyeball frog and asks you to take it to the lake scientist so he can make some eye drops with Bigoron. You give the eyeball frog to the lake scientist, who will make the eye drops. He'll then give them to you and tell you to bring them to Bigoron at the top of Death Mountain. You then race to the top of Death Mountain and give the eye drops to Bigoron. He's now feeling much better, but he'll tell you it'll take 3 days for him to make the sword, so give you a claim check which you can give to him after 3 days to get your sword. Then after waiting 3 days, or playing the Sun Song 6 times, you can get your Bigoron sword. And you're probably asking, Crazy Cactuar, is it worth it? Hell yes! And at number 1 is the Sword of Evil's Bane, the Master Sword. Now this should be no surprise to anyone. Come on, it's the Master Sword, of course it has to be number 1. It's the freaking Sword of Evil's Bane, man. It's the sword that used to be Ganondorf time and time again. Like, what else can I say? It's the Master Sword. Anyway, that's all I have time for today. Thank you for watching, and see you all next time. Hey guys, if you liked the video, give it a big old thumbs up, and if you want to see some more, subscribe, and if you want to see some of my other Zelda related videos, click on one of the thumbnails on the screen.